to Just Us Guys, episode 12, the podcast with good friends and even better takes. Yeah, boys, this is a big episode, but first, well, yeah, no, Evan just got up. You didn't need to point that out, Cal.
Oh, shoot!
Oh, no!
Yes! Hey, just a double burn, Evan. He put a hat on because we told him that his hair was reaching back farther than OBJ did.
That's
Receding,
awesome.
son of a gun.
But no, guys, I just want to kick this one off really quick. So I saw this question that was posed to a couple other friends on a video, and I'm really interested to hear your takes on this. What was your favorite cafeteria food growing up?
In Austin,
yes.
Chicken patty. The chicken patty day was elite with corn that you could either eat or flick at other people. Elite with a barbecue sauce.
No,
tough to beat.
What's really gonna put people over the edge? I'm gonna go with the key thing with the chicken patties was awesome. Well, what I did with my chicken patty is very unorthodox, and my parents will understand why I say this. I would put that corn on top of the chicken patty with the barbecue sauce. It's fantastic.
I mean, it's just a KFC famous bowl on a sandwich.
Yeah, the Lowe family mixes food like no other.
The pleasantry of the flavors in your mouth is just...
Okay, see, I was a big pizza guy. I loved the rectangle pizza we had, dude.
Wait, and before Evan says...
I'm going to say pizza too.
An underrated item was the chicken fajitas.
Chicken fajitas.
Nah, chicken fajita day absolutely slapped.
They were underrated.
Absolutely slapped.
The brown lemon rice.
Yeah, no, you had to just throw everything on your plate onto the chicken fajita, and then it was elite.
Wait.
Evan, what was this?
Another unpopular opinion. I know you guys, the Logs, don't really like Pizza Hut, but that was one of my favorite days when the lunch people would order Pizza Hut, and I would get...
he went to one of those rich kids' schools.
Yeah, we definitely didn't. We definitely didn't get that.
Whoa. You're telling me your school pulled up to Pizza Hut and ordered like 1,000 pizzas? Pretty much.
That's crazy.
I'm sure there's some type of contract or something like that.
Okay,
but
dog, I was on reduced lunches. I only got like 3 extra meals a week.
I got double that day.
Reduced lunches, bro. Have you seen what Austin Area High School puts out for lunch now?
Like,
it is ridiculous. They have a burger stand, a salad stand. They have pasta stand.
No one can tell me Michelle Obama didn't reform America.
Yeah,
listen.
Before
it's ridiculous. It was right after I left. It was probably like 2 to 3 years after I left, and it completely changed. Okay, Cal, sorry.
We good?
But to go along with the weird questions, I had one that I wanted to bring up right before we started getting to the sports stuff. I brought up the Cade today. I saw on the internets.
Is it the one that we talked about that I looked up and raised your time? No, save that for
later.
No. Okay, cool.
Would you rather? Okay, fight one day in the Civil War, or do laundry every single day for 5 years? Which would you rather do? Fight one day in the Civil War, and most likely with scenarios like this, it's got to be like Gettysburg or something crazy.
It's a war day. It's a battle day. It has to be a battle day. It can't just be like you're sitting at the tent waiting to fight 10 miles.
During the Civil War, or every day doing laundry for 5 years straight.
One load of laundry.
I mean, so I'm choosing between a high likelihood of death or the inconvenience of doing laundry.
Yeah.
One load a day.
For 5 years, though. That's 365 days, not counting leap years.
That's literally 1,800 loads of laundry.
I mean,
laundry because
I'm still doing laundry.
If I fight in the Civil War, I still have to do laundry every single day that I'm alive.
No. You wear the same thing. You don't do laundry.
Yeah, bro.
You get gangrene, dog. Doesn't matter.
Those dudes under cheese smell nasty.
I'm taking the 24 hours in Civil War, and I will play dead. Just lay there in the middle of the field.
I don't see how that works out for you.
I'm taking laundry.
I'm taking laundry.
I'm taking laundry. Yeah.
But it did make you think a little bit though.
Yeah, no, I mean it crossed my mind because it's like, well, I mean I could definitely last there. The problem is I'm pretty sure the average height back then was like 5'5" for men, so I would be an actual tree.
You know what I'll do? This is what I'll do. I will learn how to play the drums real quick because those guys didn't get shot.
Yes, they absolutely did.
But they weren't allowed to. So
and they didn't have a gun.
Dirty. Yeah, but they played dirty.
Cal, when you were shooting a steel pellet through the middle of the air,
didn't matter. When you're shooting a muzzle loader, it doesn't matter.
Just shot. Whatever it hit, it hit. It got lucky or whatever. Okay, just before we get started, what was the worst lunch menu at high school? What was the worst thing on the lunch menu?
I can't remember.
I'll tell you mine. The biscuit with the tri-tater, okay, and sausage patty.
Oh, I remember that.
That was the absolute.
That was bad. That was the. I don't care.
Listen, I felt so poor eating that meal at 15 years old. Way more poor than I ever should feel at 15.
See, I feel like there was one that was just like a complete jip. Like they didn't even attempt to try, and I can't think of it. I know for breakfast, their eggs were horrible.
Well, the egg and cheese croissant though
No, that was good. I'm talking about when they tried to do scrambled eggs because it was bad.
Like microwave,
it was bad.
It tastes like hot water.
Yeah. Like I remember specifically hating scrambled eggs from our school. Like it was horrible.
Yeah. Dude, the tri-patty sausage and biscuit, that was it for me.
For sure, breakfast for lunch was my least favorite.
Yeah, it's because you're not a you're weird. You eat chicken wings for breakfast.
Yeah, you only eat chicken.
That's false.
Not false.
Evan, you've done it.
It is false.
You've done it.
Tendies, some honey mustard, and Mountain Dew, and Evan's a happy boy.
Not the honey mustard.
Not the honey mustard. Yeah,
the hot sauce.
Buffalo sauce.
You're pretty close though.
Unbelievable. All right, well, let's actually get into what we're here to do today, and that's talk about sports. But first, we need to talk about something that occurred today. If you follow us on Twitter, Just Us Guys Pod, it's literally at the bottom of the screen. Go follow us. We are now doing a little, you could call it a partnership with Mile High Sports Radio, the afternoon drive with Eric Goodman and Andrew Mason. They're a local radio station out here in Denver, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're going to be mentioned on their radio show. And then every Tuesday, Wednesday on our podcast, we're going to be answering that question, that whatever they ask us. And then for the weekend, we're actually going to be giving them 3 or 4 bets for the weekend that we think are absolute locks. And then they're going to give one, and we're just going to keep track of, who's doing what. So
little collaboration.
Yeah, just a little back and forth, kind of intermingle audiences, and see what we can pull out of this. Plus, it's always gonna I'm looking forward to their questions every week because they've both been in the sports industry for a very long time. So
I'm excited to see. I think it's going to be a wide range of things, which I think I'm going to love that.
No, that's what I'm looking forward to. Is I just think the opportunity we have here to just get a lot of fun back and forth because they also, much like us, enjoy kind of bullshitting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So their first question to us this week was, which Bronco will take the biggest leap in the upcoming season? There are a lot of options because I still think, just like last year, the Broncos have a massive amount of potential. Mm-hmm. It's just, will everything actually work out this year, avoid injuries, and ideally Drew Lock take a step forward as a quarterback, unless they get Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson, which I doubt, but still in the cards.
No.
So if one of you guys want to go first, who do you think's taking the biggest leap this year?
I'll go first. I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. I think who's gonna take the biggest leap, and I think because he has to, is Drew Lock. For the mere fact is his job's on the line, whether they get someone before the season starts, or this is the show out for him. He needs to go off and do well. 16 touchdowns and 15 interceptions this year is not going to cut it as a starting quarterback in the league right now. So I think he's going to go off because he simply has to. And that's where I lean towards, and the quarterback is going to, feed off to other positions such as like Jerry Jeudy, which a lot of people are going to choose that answer. But he's only as good as the quarterback, and I think Drew Lock is the guy who's got to exceed expectations this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree with that.
I think this kind of piggybacks off of that. So obviously the receiver's only as good as a quarterback. So my choice is KJ Hamler from Penn State. He was a rookie last year, didn't get many targets. I think 59 maybe, had 30 receptions for 381 yards. I think he has definitely some potential to be, a top 15, top 20 receiver in the league, complimenting Jeudy. Because Judy's going to get most of the double teams and stuff like that. So Drew Lock steps it up. KJ Hamler's going to have a better year, obviously. And that's my pick.
So real quick before you give yours, Cade, the thing about the Broncos is they are insanely deep at receiver, and they also have a great backfield to support him. They have Tim Patrick, Cortland
receivers,
Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, and Jerry Jeudy, along with Noah Fant, is an insane receiving core first and foremost. But also you have Phillip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon in your backfield to complement you. Everything is set up for Drew to have a great season. So like the Bronco offense, again, just like last year, they had all these pieces. Now maybe with a year more of progress, they can show out. But yeah, all the pieces are there for the Bronco offense.
Yeah.
Cade, who do you got?
So mine's a little bit of a different take. So I 100% think that the QB room as a whole is going to take a big step forward. It's either Drew Lock or it's Mitch Trubisky or a bunch of, maybe there's other options out there. There's still a lot of players being moved.
Seeing a lot of people talking about Gardner Minshew, maybe.
Gardner Minshew, yeah. There's a lot of movement going on. So either way, I think the QB room is going to have to take a step. But personally, not a player, but George Patton, the GM, is going to have to take a big step because that.
All right.
Yeah, because that's what you said, Ty, is about. Like that team has been deep. That team has been solid. Like John Elway got them to a certain point. His job is now to come in and take them to the next step. And the AFC West right now is probably,
it's in the top three good. Like
it's not number two, it's number three. It's number three in tough division. So you
got one team that that's going to go through Arrowhead. It's going to go through Arrowhead. It's going to go.
Yeah, and the Chargers are 100%.
Chargers are for real. It looks like,
and the Raiders are solid.
Yeah.
So you absolutely, as a man who needs to take care of personnel, absolutely has to have an A game, and he has to take that team to the next level on a personnel status. And another guy I think is going to have another big year is Bradley Chubb.
Well, and going directly off that, I think this is Bradley Chubb's big year where he actually solidifies himself as a top 10 pass rusher, because Bradley Chubb rookie year, had a good rookie year. He made, I think it was the all-rookie team that year. Then
he was insane.
Second year, he tore his ACL, only played 4 games. Last year, he ended up playing 14 games, and in those 14 games, I have his stats. He had 7.5 sacks, 68 total tackles. 9 of those were for a loss, and he hit the quarterback 19 times. To compare that to arguably the best defenseman last year, TJ Watt played 15 games, had 15 sacks, 96 tackles for a loss, or total tackles, 23 for a loss, and 41 QB hits. Do I expect Chubb to have numbers like that? No, because that's literally like up there with the best. Do I think Bradley Chubb has the ability to get, 5 more sacks, 30 more total tackles, and 20 more for a loss? Yeah,
or 20 more QB hits.
I don't see why not. Yeah, that's my thing is you get if you hit 12 to 13 sacks in a year, you're in that top 10, arguably top 5 pass rusher. And I don't see why Bradley Chubb couldn't do that. Von Miller, still great. If he's still with the team, then that obviously helps. That complements him. But I think this is Bradley Chubb's year, and it's also going to be I'm pretty sure, a prove-it year, more or less, for Bradley Chubb. They'll pick up the 5th-year extension because it only makes sense to pick up the 5th year for him. It'll cost the Broncos $13 million, which is usually that second tier of pass rusher like Preston Smith, like some of the other people that are, not the big name one, but that second dude on the team.
Yeah. Like Bunter Creek got paid $15 million last year on the franchise tag.
So I think that it'll be a good number. They'll keep him around, but I think if he can prove it this year that, Bradley Chubb is going to get paid.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's my answer. I think Bradley Chubb just has a year this year. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's right there. He's one of those players that's it's like the whole situation is there's no other place for him to improve but to that next level of being a top 10 pass rusher. He has no other choice.
Correct.
He's going to keep improving. That's what he's got to do.
I like how the angles we came at that. I think that was good.
I love the GM toss in there, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, because everyone can sit here.
But you're not wrong.
No, but I'm no. I honestly, every team starts from the top and it filters down. So, I mean, look at the same teams that have the same GM, same head coaches, same owners. They're all good at their jobs. So, I mean, if you're good at your job, your team's going to perform. I was the guy that said last year that the Denver Broncos were the sleeper team of the 2020-2021 season. I said if Drew Lock plays well, that team is a 7 seed in the playoffs. He didn't play well, and they got injuries, and it happens.
That was a big problem. Is they did continually get injured. It was actually pretty crazy at one point how injured they were. But maybe this year they get lucky and they throw a little run together, because I can absolutely see it happening. But before we drag on too much on this, again, this is a new segment that'll be coming every week where the guys over at the Afternoon Drive with Mile High Sports Radio give us a topic, and we kind of do this little thing where we throw a list together. So, yeah, make sure to follow them at Mile High Sports Radio, at Eric Goodman, and at Mace Denver on Twitter. That's where they'll be posting all of this stuff. And yeah,
I mean, you'll see it stemming off ours, so it'll be easy to follow if you guys want to join along with their stuff too. I mean, we already retweeted a whole bunch of stuff today. If you guys are following along, I mean, I posted stuff on my Snapchat and everything of like big things coming up today and everything. So just keep in touch, and hopefully this does well, and we'll get some good friendships out of it and stuff. So
but with that being said, let's get on to probably. No, I can't even say the biggest news, because I still think Stafford actually being traded was probably the biggest news of the NFL offseason so far.
For what he was traded.
Yeah. But yeah, Dak Prescott finally signed with the Cowboys. Got a 4-year extension, $160 million, $126 million guaranteed. And yeah, Dak is a Cowboy. How old is Dak? Is Dak 24?
27.
Oh, he's older than I thought.
Yeah, he's the same age as Wentz.
Gotcha. But Dak is staying with the Cowboys for 4 more years at a good price. First 3 years is going to be $42 million. Last year is going to be $34 million. And I believe he gets a $63 million signing bonus this year.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But also, real quick, just a fun fact about this contract that I tweeted out on our on Just Us Guys podcast Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think I sent it or something in the group. But so in 14 years with the Cowboys, Romo only earned $125 million. Dak just got guaranteed $126. And an even more fun fact, when Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys, he bought them for $140 million.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just thought that was absolutely insane. Honestly, I don't hate it for the Cowboys, because you're not going to find a quarterback on the market better than Dak. I just don't think you are. Barring Watson, I don't see Watson going to the Cowboys. That needs to be said.
There's 2 ways of looking at this personally. As an Eagles fan, I am the happiest dude in the room.
I thought you were a Colts fan.
Not sure. As a current Eagles fan, future free agent, 100% is the greatest deal the Philadelphia Eagles could have ever seen happen. They spent $40 million for a quarterback, okay, that in the last 4 seasons, okay, is 10-24 against teams above 500. $40 million for a guy who can't beat over 500 teams.
Yeah, that's not really that good, to be honest.
Also, paid $40 million per year for a player, okay, who had a great rookie season and has not been to the playoffs since, okay. And today, when I was watching ESPN and everyone else talking about it, they were saying it's not Dak's problem or Dak's fault that the Cowboys have other holes on their team that can't be filled. But the double standard, how many times have you heard that Aaron Rodgers makes so much money, he's supposed to fill and clog holes that the team
mean like us having 1 first-round pick and it was Mercedes Lewis off the free agency?
Or Seattle.
Russell Wilson.
Or Seattle not having a good offensive line. That's Russell Wilson's job to make that team better and to make that work, right? But Dak Prescott, it's not his job. It's not his job. It was the funniest narrative I've ever seen in the world.
Dog, the thing that got me irked off was, again, I don't think that, I'm not one to judge. You pay a man what he's worth. I don't think there's even Patrick Mahomes, I don't think deserved the contract that he got. But again, it's whatever you're valued at is what you're going to get paid. If I see one more goddamn meme about Tom Brady taking less money and being the team player and this and that, and shut the up. They had the greatest coach of all time that can make a literal us 4 all pros on defense. Just shut up about that. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Plus, Tom knows he's not a good quarterback. He's going to take less money.
Even though it's true, I agree. It's true, though. It is true. He's always taking free team-friendly deals for the
Yeah, I get it, but it's still annoying.
Right.
He likes money.
I just can't, before I pass
he likes kissing kids, too.
the thing that is so funny to me is now the Cowboys are going to be paying Zeke $15 million a year. They're paying Amari Cooper $18 million a year and Dak Prescott $40 million a year. They have $73 million wrapped up between three players. The salary cap this year is what? What was it? 193? 180?
Yeah, it went down.
Oh, I thought it was 193.
It went up by $3 million, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like 193. I think
it might be. It didn't go up a lot.
That is literally, like, to put that in perspective. And Amari Cooper is probably a way overpaid wide receiver.
No, Amari is incredibly overpaid.
Overpaid, and so is Zeke. Zeke's overpaid. So yeah, Zeke might have got paid for what he did, but he's not going to put that production out.
Well, I mean, he didn't show it last year, and that's the big thing. That's why it looks so bad right now, is because when the ball ball needed to go to him, he choked miserably.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get any better. But anyways, like, you literally just paid $73 million out of your $190 million salary cap to three offensive players, and you had literally one of the worst defenses in NFL history last season. Good luck. They will be a 8-8 team for the next 5 years, and Dak Prescott will probably sign another huge contract somewhere. But the Cowboys are going nowhere. This does not make the Cowboys better. The Cowboys did not get better by keeping Dak.
See, and that's my thing. I don't think the Cowboys got better paying him that much, but I mean, we all laughed at him for asking for 34 or 35 million back when he was injured. We all laughed at that number, and he just got paid $6 million more than what he was asking for originally. So
I'm still laughing.
Here's a question. Laughing. So say the Cowboys signed Andy Dalton, just say $10 million a year, right, as their starting quarterback. That was their last option. You know, he did enough for whatever the 3 games that he played. How many ever games he played? Do you think if they went out and spent money for all the free agents that I'm going to list here in a few minutes, or we're going to list,
they're immediately better.
They bring people in for the defense, like Jack Barrett or Bud Dupree or Matt Judon,
Kyle Van Noy, Desmond Trufant, Lamarcus Joyner, Carlos Dunlap.
A bunch of names.
Yeah.
We can keep going. Do you think they would have a better record with Andy Dalton at quarterback and some pieces on defense versus what they're going to have with Dak?
100%.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because this year, when Dak was healthy, they were 1-4.
Yeah, it's just like Cam Newton. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Panthers are better."
Football.
Like, yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, the Panthers." The Panthers were better with Cam. No, they weren't. They started 0-4, and then he got benched for Kyle Allen. They weren't better with him. Then Kyle Allen went 4-0. Like, people forget about that. Like, oh, Cam Newton's still really good. No, he went 0-4 in his last real start with the Panthers. Like, he wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think they would too. I think they would be a 9-7, 10-16 maybe, especially in that division. They don't even need to be that. What we saw last year.
Dude, if you bring in Bud Dupree, Lamarcus Joyner, say you trade for Stephon Gilmore, like, you're immediately better.
Yep.
You already have the offensive weapons around Dalton. Dalton has proven time and time again that he can play football.
One other point I would like to make, the one game that they did beat against the Falcons, they were down literally 28 points at one point too.
No, it was 20,
so they were down.
Yeah.
They were down 28 points in the only game that Dak Prescott won last year, and he's a $40 million man now. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that Dak Prescott was really 0-5 last year.
And I'll say, congratulations to him.
No, absolutely.
I'm happy for him as a person.
His agent's very good.
As a person,
he played the market so hard.
As a person, congratulations, bro. I mean, you just made a bag.
No,
off an injury. Yeah,
somebody explained to me.
It's crazy.
What kind of crazy leverage that the media was talking about that he had? What kind of crazy leverage
that he can walk?
The leverage is he walks, and the problem is that they're like, I don't think that highly of Dak Prescott. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. If he is a top 10 quarterback, he's 9 or 10 in my opinion.
I say he's 9 or 10. I think
he's 9 or 10.
Probably
if he's a top 10 quarterback, he's 9 or 10. The problem is that 8 through 1, where are you going to find anyone better than that? You're not gonna.
Then Dak.
Right, but all four of us just agreed that their team would be better with Andy Dalton and some better defensive pieces.
But we can sit here and say that. We can sit here and say that, but it's not going to matter.
And again, we can sit here and say that because we have at least a little bit of insight and knowledge into how sports teams operate because we all pay attention to that stuff. to a casual fan, you're telling me that you're going to pay Andy Dalton $10 million over Dak Prescott, who throws 500 yards a game and 4 touchdowns a game. That the optics of it, the one is more attractive optically when the other one is more practical.
Yeah.
Well, you also
right, and I mean, like that's the biggest down. I mean, the biggest kind of thing for me with Dak Prescott, like those stats are just so inflated, right? I mean, throwing for 5, and that's the only reason why I pick him high in my fantasy draft every year is because I know that the Cowboys are going to get down 28-3. The other team's going to play prevent defense, and guess what? Dak Prescott's still going to throw for 400 yards because the other team's going to let him because they're going to win the game regardless. So
that's why I always drafted
that's how
Stafford.
Dak Prescott made his money.
Because Stafford used to have to do the same thing because Detroit's defense was horrible. So Stafford would have to put up 35 or 40 points a game if the Lions were even going to be in a game.
Yeah,
like it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, and like you got to think.
But they're America's team.
That's the
also,
thing.
Wait, you also have to take this consideration when you're Jerry Jones standing in a meeting with your GM and everything. Who's going to sell jerseys? Who's going to sell tickets? Who's going to get that season ticket holder to come every single week? It's not Andy Dalton.
Hey, Andy Dalton's from Texas.
I know, but it's never going to be Andy Dalton. It's going to be Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is making the 10-year-old kid buy a jersey. It's making the 70-year-old diehard Dallas Cowboys fan re-up his season ticket. Andy Dalton's not doing that. And that's another reason why you take that.
It makes no sense to me. You think that like a 70-year-old or diehard fan or a little 10-year-old kid would want to go see the team as, we're first in the division at 9-7 or whatever.
They will be.
They sell it out every year, yeah.
They will be.
I bet the Dallas Cowboys do not win the division next year. They say it every year. Every year, the Dallas Cowboys say it's our year. Or
9-7 will win that division though next year.
But to be fair, on paper right now, I think that the Cowboys do have the best team. But again, I've said that the last 3 years. Doesn't matter.
I know. What got better? Where did they get better at?
No, I mean, last year I said that the Cowboys had the best team on paper.
Yeah, they didn't get better at all.
No, they didn't. But also, Mike McCarthy is a fraud of a coach, so.
I personally, honestly, I'm saying this with all my heart. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to make enough moves to win the division, and everyone in the world's going to go, see, it was Carson Wentz. That's what's going to happen, because that's what happened to Philly.
He's going to win the division in the South, so.
Yeah, he will win the division in the South. But that's what's going to happen. Or I think Washington wins it. I think Washington will find a quarterback that's able to play.
They got one.
I think Washington has the best team on paper.
Nickel is a baller.
If you give Washington any quarterback that's a better half quarterback, or not even better half, top 20 quarterback in the league, like average quarterback, I think they have a better roster because their defense is way better. They have secretly good offensive weapons. Antonio Gibson is solid.
McLaurin.
He had a really good year last year.
I can't remember the tight end's name. Logan Thomas.
Logan Thomas. Yep.
Logan Thomas. They are underrated. I think the Redskins actually have the best team on paper if you gave them a better quarterback.
Their defense needs to do the exact same thing they did last year. That's the only. That is the only thing.
I think they will.
Yeah, I mean, who right now are they going to try and get? Like Mariota?
You got to think there's still a lot of trade opportunities.
Like, they're 100% drafting someone. I think that one's not up for debate. They're definitely drafting a quarterback with whatever's available when it gets to them, or they try and trade up or something. But
honestly, I think the only people who can openly trade for Deshaun Watson right now are the Redskins and the
football team.
Does the Redskins?
Football team.
Or the football team? Do they just unload a bunch of picks then, or?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
this is my thing that I don't understand with the Deshaun Watson. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's untradeable. It's like, nah, you're getting a 24-year-old franchise quarterback at his, like, in and going into his prime. It doesn't matter. You give up, the next 3-year first-round picks, in my opinion. You don't draft that and know. Yeah. You know what Deshaun Watson is.
I'd be interested to hear.
You got Deshaun Watson. You also they could sneak in and get Cam Newton. They could, they can get a Mariota.
Swear to God, if they got Cam Newton, I would. I mean, I know that we put Cam Newton last week on the show.
Rivera won't.
I'm saying if they got they were a teammate. I mean, they were
he's the reason that Cam got shipped.
That's true. But I'm just saying, like, if If Mariota plays for the Redskins, I like the Redskins more than the Cowboys in the division.
I do too.
If let's say another quarterback
Jameis
gets
Winston.
out,
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, they are 100% a better team.
Yeah, I think I like
even Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Jameis Winston can see now.
Yeah, people need to give him a shot. All right. Other big news that happened today, as far as I guess quote unquote signings go. Allen Robinson got franchise tagged. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet. He immediately went and liked a tweet that was like, the franchise tag needs to go or something, and then one that Torrey Smith tweeted that said, "I feel bad for my man AR-12." I laughed really hard. So he did not want to stay in Chicago.
No. Why would you?
No, and I mean, like we said during that wide receiver segment that we had a couple weeks back, I genuinely do believe he's like a top 7 receiver in the league.
He's the most underrated receiver in the league. Him and Keenan Allen.
Without question.
Him and Keenan Allen.
I love Keenan Allen.
Makes $18 million for the tag.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
No, he's getting paid, but he's gonna
money.
But again, he's gonna just wallow in a pit of misery.
He's gonna waste another year of his prime.
Yep.
He's 27 going on 28, and he's an absolute stud.
All right. So, yeah, that was the other big one. I mean, I think we all agree it kind of sucks for Allen Robinson to stay in Chicago. But, yeah, let's talk about some people that got their walking papers today. Or over the last...
I would like to add Chris Godwin got tagged today as well.
Oh, yeah, Godwin did get tagged. That's pretty big news. Yeah, it is big news, yes.
Yep, that's big news.
Which, by the way, he's going from making like $750,000 to like, I don't know, like $11 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm sure he's fine with
that. Yeah.
I don't think he's bad. I think he's happy to try to stay there and play with Tom.
Godwin is ecstatic, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he got $16.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, Godwin's happy.
That's a massive pay jump.
Yeah, Godwin 100% would make that much money anywhere else. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting paid for what he's worth.
And he's on a Super Bowl contender again.
Even though his numbers were down last year, like, they brought in so many receivers.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I feel like you're okay sharing the wealth when you win a ring.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, just some cap casualties and free agents that have happened really since the what was the last big thing? The J.J. Watt signing that happened, or trade. So, let's see. Bud Dupree, he was one of the most recent that happened today. He got his walking papers. LaMarcus Joyner for the Raiders. Carlos Dunlap with Seattle. Golden Tate, Alex Smith, Desmond Trufant, Thomas Morstead, which he's a punter, but he's one of the best punters in the league. Josh Gordon, who's currently playing on Bob Menery's family-friendly football league
or something like that. Yeah,
FFC. He caught the game winner.
He caught the game winner from Manziel.
Yeah.
Greg Olson, by the way, which I'm pretty sure Olson is retiring.
Yeah, he's retired.
Okay.
He should if he.
I think I saw that on Twitter.
I think he's retiring a Panther.
He probably $1 contract one day.
Jared Cook got cut from the Saints.
Really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah. Kyle Van Noy, who was the leader of the Dolphins defense, which that one's actually massive.
That's huge. Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph. Hunter Henry today is going to be testing free agency. Kenny Golladay is definitely getting his free agent papers. Aaron Jones, which I did reread a thing, and it definitely, like, the Packers are still, they didn't franchise tag him, but they are currently negotiating to hopefully not have to pay him that astronomical amount in a franchise tag.
Free agent doesn't mean you're going to walk away from that team. That means that you are open to all options.
Evan and I just had this argument with a pod friend earlier today that just because you're now a free agent does not mean you got cut from the team.
No, it just means you're going to test the market.
Two completely different things.
It just means you're going to test the market, but that typically means that there's a bidding war that ensues, and then the market price goes up. Yeah. But if you feel like that team has proven to mean enough to you, you can always take a team-friendly deal.
Yeah. Well, there very well could be. Stuff happens behind closed doors that we all know. I mean, just taking it out of context for as a Steeler fan. The Pittsburgh Steelers came out today and said that they are not franchise tagging anyone. No one.
Don't have the money.
Well, and Big Ben is going to restructure his contract, so.
He already did.
Oh, it is restructured?
They didn't have enough money to do. They didn't have enough money.
They restructured.
No, the thing is, nobody has enough money right now.
I think it's an extra $4.5 million. I think to take off the cap. With Big Ben's.
I think it might be more than that, Kyle.
It was something like that. It's like 4.6, 6.5 or something. But anyways,
also Malcolm Butler for the Titans. He's
He got cut.
Yeah.
He got cut.
Yeah.
But they could have a deal. Like they could be talking to Bud Dupree and and any team. Same with like the Packers and Aaron Jones. They could be like, hey, we're not going to franchise tag you, but we're going to let this wait. It's going to give you options as well as it's going to give us options. We might get you back if you want to come back, but we're also doing the best thing for you if you want to do something else.
I mean, it's real easy for the Packers front office and Aaron Jones. It can just be as straightforward as, hey, we've made it to the NFC Championship game now 2 years in a row. Would you like to come back for a little bit less money? If you want to go get paid, that's great. We will match up to this number.
Yeah, and hey, if he says no, you guys got a pretty good running back room.
We still have A.J. Dillon, and I think Williams is coming back.
And the same with us. We have a pretty solid linebacker crew. That we got Highsmith that still is right there. We got Devin Bush, and we got Spillane. We're okay. The Packers are okay.
I feel
the Packers are okay.
I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a little bit different situation, like with Bud Dupree, than there is with I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name for some reason. Aaron Jones, because one, the Steelers are definitely more cap strict right now than the Packers are. Mm-hmm. And also the Packers have a lot of young players on rookie contracts compared to the Steelers. The Steelers have a lot of players who had expiring contracts. So like the Steelers are going to value, would we rather have Bud Dupree back, try to get somebody in the draft, or we're going to try to bring back Juju Smith, and we're going to try to sign players a longer extensions. You got to remember, Mika Fitzpatrick's got to get paid soon. Like, if he's not getting paid now, he's got to get paid next year.
Well, see, that's my thing with the Packers is Jair Alexander is damn near, if not the best cornerback in the league after this year, and he's going to want paid.
He's going to want paid.
And
so
we don't pay cornerbacks.
Yeah, and honestly, I will say it to the end of time, the worst thing to do is to overpay a running back. Running backs are just.
And I agree.
I understand how good Aaron Jones is, but it doesn't matter. Like, you can get another Aaron Jones in the draft.
I mean, honestly, if we just have A.J. Dillon and Jamal Williams,
you'll be fine.
We have Aaron Jones, just it's 2 running backs instead of 1.
Exactly. So, and also extremely cheap.
Well, Williams is going to want paid, but he's literally like in that lower tier running back, so he
can't demand a lot.
You can get away with it. Aaron Jones is like a top 7 running back in the league over the last 2 years, so he needs to get paid.
He's getting like 12 to 14 million.
A.J. Dillon, on the other hand, is a second-round rookie, so he's, we're good there.
Cheap. Yeah. Right. But, so I think there's a little bit different of a story there, but I agree, though. I mean, Bud Dupree could absolutely be a Steeler. It just might not be the way that we think.
I don't think he will be. He's not coming.
I don't either.
No. But a couple of other names on here that are quite literally huge, like Hunter Henry is 26. He's entering his prime and he's had injuries, but the dude still produces year after year, even with those injuries that he has. Malcolm Butler, I think, can still be a really good second corner. Desmond Trufant, LaMarcus Joyner, both good cornerbacks. Carlos Dunlap is a great nose tackle. There's a lot. Golden Tate is still an elite receiver from a third wide receiver option.
Muzzy 73.
There's some names on there you didn't really mention. Did you guys mention Golladay?
Yeah, I said Golladay.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman, Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson's only 31.
Peterson's going to get re-signed by the Cardinals.
You think?
Yeah.
Sherman
has already talked about walking. He wants to go to a win now team.
Yeah, he wants to get a ring.
Judon up there for the Ravens. He's a big player.
Again, I think Judon will probably get re-signed. I don't see them letting Judon walk, but I could be wrong on that one.
Brown's one.
No one cares. I don't care.
Yeah, actually, it is though. It'd be curious to see where he goes though.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care.
If he were used to be, people will care. I guarantee you that.
I mean, he'll probably just re-sign in Tampa Bay. Let's be real. I mean, him and Tom Brady have a weird bromance.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see many people leaving the Buccaneers, honestly.
No.
Like, Shaq Barrett's definitely probably walking because with them re-signing... Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
No,
You came back.
Okay. I think Shaq Barrett's leaving from there, though, just because they franchise tagged Godwin. They got another, I think it was the linebacker.
Yeah, they did today. They got...
Didn't they give him a 2-year extension?
Smith, maybe? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I just know that the Buccaneers, they have 7 people from the team that, and I'm pretty sure 4 or 5 are definitely gone. But yeah, no, I love free agency. I really do.
Well,
I'm still interested. This whole Deshaun Watson thing. Like,
no, I mean that's part of it too.
We might not see next year. If they don't trade him, like he's not going to play.
Well, so. What is it? The legal tampering date I think is like the 18th or something, when teams can officially call around like to players and talk about like things they can do for them. And that is what it's called.
What was the date? You cut out.
I think it's March 18th. I could be wrong on that.
That's coming up 9 days. I mean, lots of stuff can happen between now and our next episode. So,
Well, that's kind of my thing is, like, there's a lot of potential for things to occur. I just love free agency. Cade, are you there?
Yes. I was just reading that Notre Dame just hit a buzzer beater to win.
Solid.
Yeah, March is on.
You want to talk about the conference tourneys that are going on? Since that was a great segue there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I just saw. So I just got the update and everything. So the Power 5 championships for college basketball are starting this week. Actually started tonight on Tuesday. There was a bunch of the mid-major schools that have already been decided. I don't have that list in front of me because there's obviously so many. I just saw that Drexel just won their conference championship today and got into the NCAA tournament for the first time in 26 years. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to Drexel, the Dragons. But yeah, so I mean, everyone needs to pay attention to what's going on this week because there's a lot of blue blood programs that are going to miss the NCAA tournament if they don't win. Yeah. Unless they win their conference tournament. Just to speak about some of them is Michigan State, Kentucky.
Oh, they're in danger of missing.
Yeah, Michigan State's in danger of missing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're all three in danger of missing.
Missing the tournament?
Yeah.
Yes, missing the tournament.
Because I saw that Michigan State was almost a lock because they had 3 top 5 wins.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like almost a lock. That's Joe Lunardi. That doesn't mean the committee's going to do that. So I'm just saying they're on the bubble, right? They're a bubble team either way. It's not like they're going to be a 5 seed. You know what I mean? If they're going to get in, they're going to be a higher seed. So and even teams like Carolina's got to win at least one ACC tournament game to get in. And now they're going to play Notre Dame. That's who they play next. But there's a lot of like Duke. Duke has made the tournament every year since 1995. This will be the first time they miss it, right? That's how bad they've been, and they have to win the conference tournament. They have to win 6 games in 6 days to get in, which is like
we're not saying it's impossible, but it's not probable.
Some UConn level stuff.
Yeah, and like Kentucky's got to do the same thing. They got to win the SEC tournament. Out of all the teams that could get in that are probably on the outside, it probably is Kentucky. Because they've been playing better, and the SEC is just not as strong as like other conferences compared to like the Big Ten. Like Michigan State, the Big Ten is probably the best conference of basketball this year.
Yeah,
or
the Big 12. Crazy.
Or the Big 12.
Crazy. Yeah, Big 12 is pretty
good. Too. So like it's gonna be really hard, but it's gonna be really interesting to pay attention to. A lot of really good betting times. So anyone who's really into college basketball, it's a really good time to bet games because you got probably 20 games a night.
Well, I was gonna say
there's probably 100 tonight, and then there's probably like 20 for the next 4 days. So, it'll be very exciting, though. I'm really excited to see Selection Sunday is coming up, so we'll be able to see who's in the tournament. And the one thing I want to comment on just about this, because I found this out today. So, the conference championships are pretty much bubbles, right? They're doing like bubbles. They're staying in hotels. They're not allowed to go anywhere. But from the bubble, so say if you're a team who plays all the way out until your conference championship game. You then immediately get on a bus or plane and you go to Indianapolis to the NCAA tournament bubble. So you could literally be away from home for over a month. Like if you
sleeping in a hotel room.
Sleeping in a hotel room. If you literally leave, if you win if you're in the NCAA tournament right now, you're going to the bubble immediately and you're there until the tournament starts, and the tournament doesn't start until March 19th.
Yeah, it doesn't get over till almost the mid-April.
Just bring your Xbox or PS5. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, no matter what, you're a 19-year-old kid. That's tough.
I mean, just don't stream and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just don't stream and you'll be fine. But I just wanted to point that out because that seems, obviously where we're getting to. This is the time of year where I think it's the best time of year in sports. That's just me. From the Super Bowl to the Masters Sunday, I think it's the best time in sports. The NBA playoffs kick up. Start to come. The NHL kicks up. So I think it's just a really good time to highlight that. And next week, after the selection show, we'll probably really dive into the NCAA tournament.
Oh no, next week's episode is just March Madness.
Is March Madness, right? So
and it'll be going out. I need to say this really quick. Next week's episode, we will be recording on Monday as soon as the bracket comes out on Sunday, and then it will be going out Tuesday because the play-in games are on Tuesday, if I understand correctly.
They are. The first set is on Tuesday.
First game's Tuesday, Wednesday are the play-in games. And then the team that plays on Tuesday plays Thursday. The teams that play Wednesday play Friday.
Okay.
Right. Yep. So we can definitely do that. But yeah, so everyone pay attention to that. It's going to be really, really fun to start to see some wild stuff happen, honestly. Wild shit happens in March. I mean, we're first game of the ACC tournament, there's already was a 30-foot buzzer beater 3 to win. So, I mean, it's going to be a really good year.
I'm here for it. I just love. There is nothing that gets me more hyped than when I just go into work and I just straight up look my boss dead in the eyes and say, I'm putting on all 4 games that are currently going on for March Madness every year.
Well, what's crazy too, and I think it's going to be more prevalent as the years go on, is right now, even to look 10 years ago, the Blue Bloods pretty much, covered the at least the Elite 8 into the Final 4.
Typically, there'd be there'd be your outliers.
You'd be a sneaky team like a Butler or
BYU, Dayton. A team gets in there.
Exactly. But right now, the way that recruiting is and everything that goes on with the NCAA, the mid-level schools are more prevalent. Where there's going to be more air quotes upsets when really they're not upsets than we've ever seen before, because teams like the Drexel, teams like the Bucknells, those type of teams are better than what they were, and they're getting better.
The talent gap's just shrinked. To make it simpler,
exactly.
How I look at it is these smaller schools, or even like the Illinois, like they develop their talent. They're there for 3-4 years. They actually, because they don't expect to get to the NBA. It's a pipe dream. I could potentially get drafted, but their thing isn't like, oh, I need to go to Kentucky, Duke, UNC, wherever, because it's a one-way ticket straight to the league because, well, I'm going to do a one and done. These teams that are there and put together for 3-4 years have not only a teamwork benefit, but just an overall cohesion and understanding of the system and teamwork and everything that comes together. And when you play people that are, might be better talent-wise, 1 or 2 players on a team might be better talent-wise, but a team as a whole, those 5 equal more than those 2 dudes that are going to, go first in the league.
I'm taking heart and want over talent any day.
Example A is, as of recent, the Duke, Zion, RJ, Cam Reddish, super team, right? To the Michigan State, experience team where they had, I can't remember the point guard name, Cassius Winston and company, and they took the experience and the overall just comfortability of the game, and they beat a way better team. They beat a way better team. Duke was the best team in the country that year because of who they had on the team, but they weren't the best team because it's just in college basketball, experience is huge.
Well, talent can still carry you so far. I mean, see Carmelo, Zion was head and shoulders the best college player when he was in, but it only carries you so far. Now, Syracuse, wild run. Absolutely. Melo was the spearhead of that whole thing. It was awesome. But to me, I will take teams that have cohesion, like the Psycho T and Ty Lawson led Tar Heels. I'll take that team over damn near any team because they were together.
I'll take the 09 Tar Heels over almost any team in the NCAA.
They were together. They had the cohesion, they had all of it, and they had the talent. Yep. It's just, to me, in college,
5 first round draft picks on that year.
Kentucky is one of those teams though that if they can just get 5 for one and dones and literally just run the whole thing, because those 5 one and dones are just god tier players.
Not recently.
Not recently, but in our lifetime they've done that.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm getting to, is that the one and done schools, the one and done teams aren't getting it done. That's why Villanova went on their stretch there. It's why Virginia has been on a tear lately.
UNC when they went to back-to-back titles and they lost one and won one, they had as their starting lineup,
all the same.
They had sophomore, junior, senior, And then the next year they had senior, junior, freshman.
Yeah, and they were going up against a team that was made up of all juniors and seniors in Villanova. So that's what I'm saying. You're seeing more teams like that do well. That's why you're seeing Gonzaga doing what they're doing.
Iowa.
Virginia, what they're doing. Stuff like that. Because they have team. Look at Ohio State. Ohio State's the same way. They've been a
Ohio State showed promise last year, and now this year they're showing what they're doing, like what it meant.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I think it's more fun that way too. It's more fun to pick the brackets and stuff like that. But what I'm getting to is that right now, it's nearly impossible anyways to get a perfect bracket, but it's even more right now because literally any team can win because more teams are more talented. Then their skill gap is tighter than it is.
Well, think about it this way too. Like a team like Oklahoma State has probably the best. No, they do have the best. I mean, I know Luke Garza is probably a better college basketball player, but Cade Cunningham is the most talented. Him alone on a basketball court against let's just say West Virginia, he can win the game on his own. Like, he can literally win the game on his own.
Correct, and that's what I'm saying, is talent can carry you so far.
Right.
But when you come up against certain teams.
Right, and that's why I'm just going with Cal's statement. Like, when C.J. McCollum played for Mercer. Or no, yeah, not Mercer, sorry. He played for Lehigh. And they beat a Jason Tatum Duke-led team. Or not Jason Tatum. Jabari Parker-led team.
There it is, yeah.
That's... it's crazy. In basketball more than any other sport, one player can affect the game more than anybody.
Correct.
So it's just the way it is. If you get one great player like that, it can change everything.
By the way, 3 of the top 6 teams right now, as far as betting odds go, are Big Ten teams to win March Madness.
Yeah, what is it? Iowa, Illinois, and Ohio State?
No, Ohio State, Michigan, and Illinois.
Michigan, sorry.
Iowa is 9th. Yeah. Number 1 odds right now. Number 1, number 2 is Gonzaga, Baylor.
Yeah, Gonzaga's ridiculous.
Yeah. No. Again, like if you like college basketball, next week's episode is the one for you. It's going to be all college basketball. I mean, yeah, it's just because March Madness kicks off, and I love March Madness.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, it's talk of the town.
And now that I'm betting, oh boy.
We got March Madness.
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
March Madness straight into the Masters. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's the best week of the year.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
So, all right. We need to talk about this just because it did occur and it was entertaining. I got to be honest, boys. I didn't watch it. I was sleeping. I was still pretty drunk from golf. The NBA All-Star Game happened over the weekend. Does anyone have a recap? Team LeBron won, 170 to 150?
Something like that.
It was about 20.
It was a 20-point win. I mean, it really started out like it just ruined with Joel Embiid not being able to play. I mean, yeah, Ben Simmons wasn't able to play on Team LeBron, but when you don't have 2 of the starters that were supposed to be starters not playing,
KD and Embiid,
it was Team LeBron. Yeah, KD and both Embiid, they both not able to play. I mean, you got to give props. Jason Tatum's a great player, but he's not Kevin Durant. And who filled in for Embiid as starting was
Zion.
Zion is
not even remotely close.
No, Zion missed 2 dunks in the first 2 plays of the game. Like, missed 2 dunks. So
and then Joker's out there on the opposite end throwing dimes to Giannis.
Yeah, he was just having fun, really.
Yeah. So that's
Joker's having the best times.
Either way, it's supposed to be fun and everything like that. But it's always that last couple minutes of the game where they play hardcore basketball, and it's really fun to watch. And there just wasn't that this year because the league was so much. So,
and I mean, most of the guys. Well, I say most. The only real vocal ones I saw were Russell Westbrook and LeBron that were like, "This is stupid. We shouldn't be doing this." Those are the only ones I really saw that were vocal about it. But it is different without fans. I mean, All-Star Weekend is specifically for the fans. I get it.
The
one thing
they get paid by a lot of money by TV. By the teams get paid a lot of money by the TV deal to have All-Star Weekend held on TNT. Mm-hmm. That's why they do it.
No, I mean
that's why they do it.
It's all about money.
Honestly, I'm fine with if they would have done it this year, I'd been fine with it. I mean,
I don't think anyone would have cared.
Yeah.
It was cool to see like the whole Steph and LeBron playing on the same court together for the first time. That was cool. They were having fun with it, and it's still fun to watch. I mean, it's crazy to watch the Damian Lillard and Steph Curry shooting from half court, like literally just pulling.
No, just back and forth, like literally.
They were challenging each other. They were challenging each other. They were literally saying, they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna shoot like from here. You take a step back."
And LeBron literally went up to him. He's like, go farther back."
Yeah, LeBron would get the ball. They'd pass it to him across half court, and he'd just stand at the three and just like tell him to back up.
Yeah, he was pretty much like, "Dude, you won't. You won't do it."
No, I mean, look, it's always fun seeing like the arguable 15 best basketball players on the face of planet Earth play basketball together. Like, that's entertaining in itself. Yeah, it sucks. Defense isn't really a thing until the fourth quarter, but they did change that to make it a little more competitive, so I'm cool with it.
I think that's fun, though.
No, it is. It is. The one thing that we absolutely need to talk about, three-point contest, in my opinion, still absolutely has a place. It's awesome because shooting is great. Shooting is still entertaining, and shooting is the biggest money mover right now in the league.
It's a focal point of All-Star Weekend.
The dunk contest needs to go, and I will argue that with anybody. I truly believe it needs to go. Or they need to introduce something else because, one, the dunk contest does not hold the same premiere that it used to, like when it had the big name dudes like Olajuwon and Jordan, Vince Carter, Shaq, Dwight Howard,
Kobe.
Like it doesn't have those dudes anymore. It has this dude that's coming out of, BYU that can jump out of the roof.
There was 2 rookies this year.
But again, it's a cool platform to build your name, but like where's the draw?
The dunk contest this year was a joke. Because we're talking about something that's made for the fans. That is made for the fan reaction of doing a crazy dunk. I mean, over the past 5 years, I'd have to go look back, but there's been some good dunk contests. There's been at least 2.
There's been arguably the best dunk contest of all time with the Aaron Gordon one.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon, in my opinion, got robbed of both. But he has done some crazy ass shit. And that's what made me want to watch it. Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine going head to head. Nowhere near the magnitude of MJ's name or any of the ones you mentioned, like Dwight Howard or whatever. But I mean, like, I don't think it has to go. I think I'm going to steal credit Cade. I don't know if he was going to mention something about this or not, but
are you talking about the alternative?
Yes.
Okay, hang on, stop.
Yeah, that was the segment title.
That is yes.
Oh. Okay, well,
literally in there.
I'm sorry. I think I need to stay. I don't think it needs to go. This year's an exception because of the pandemic. Next year it should be back. Hopefully we all have fans. There's no COVID. Obviously that might be a little bit unrealistic, but I think there will be fans. Next year at least, and it'll be back to normal.
For the dunk contest, we just gotta have the people that the big name players not be soft, like LeBron.
He's never
LeBron should have been in the dunk contest
at
least. Yeah, but he should have been at least in his career.
I agree.
One of the softest things he's ever done was not be in the dunk contest by far.
And people say that like I understand he's a freak athlete and everything, but he's like a power dunker. Like I know he's done some crazy.
What do you think Dwight Howard is? What do you think Dwight Howard was?
Well,
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, what do you think those guys were?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Aaron Gordon, in case we forgot, is 6'10".
Yeah, Aaron Gordon's 7 foot.
I just thought there was one year he said he was going to do it, right? Yeah, it was definitely a soft move. He said he was going to do it, and then he didn't do it. So
he's afraid. No, honestly, I'm telling you right now, it's ego. He's afraid he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want.
If he loses, it's a bad mark on him, and that's the only reason.
But
he doesn't want the dunk contest.
You gotta have guys like him. You need guys like him. You need guys like Russell Westbrook needs to be in the dunk contest before his career is over.
Yes.
Like stuff like that. You need guys like that who are these athletic freaks that make these crazy dunks in game. But put your creativity. Like, do it. Like, that's what you need for the dunk contest to get back to its glory. I personally don't think the dunk contest could go away. I know our alternative that we're going to bring up here, but I would rather that alternative go in there than the skill competition, because the skill competition is dirt. It's garbage. I think it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that's what I was
dribble around a cone.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Yeah, segment.
Okay,
that contest, because that was an add-in. They didn't have that back when
it's trash.
Jordan and them played. They didn't have that. So like that's where I'm at, is that out of the 3 contests that they have, I think the skills competition should be out.
So this is how I view it. Yeah, of course, you want to have the big game guys do it, but let's be honest, they're not. But the people who should do it are the players who have good household names but can build their brand. It's guys like Zion. Zion Williamson not being the dunk contest is the dumbest thing in the world. Bro, we all know that you want to be recognized as more than just a dunker. Well, then guess what, buddy? Average more than 20 points per game outside the paint. Everyone knows that you can't do anything outside the paint. And it's not because you're going to be in the dunk contest. It's going to be because you physically can't do it. Yeah. So, broadcast what you're good at. Zach LaVine was the same way. Zach LaVine won 2 dunk contests. He's one of the best dunkers ever, yeah. Right? And then he literally started turning it down because he goes, I want to be recognized.
Well, he's already won it twice.
I was going to say LaVine is an actual.
He won it twice too.
Yeah, LaVine's an actual dunker. Like you could put him in any like basketball court in California for a dunk contest, and he's walking away the winner.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
That's where the argument goes to the side where you look at like Steph Curry. He's hands down the best shooter in the game right now. He's arguably, in my opinion, is the best shooter of all time. He still does the 3-point contest. Because he's going to show off his craft. He's going to put a show out for the fans. That's what he's doing. He's not afraid to lose. He hasn't won every single 3-point contest. He's been in like 4, and he's won 2 of them.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta give what the people want. If you're going to be entertainers and you want to do this, you want to show off that you're the best, then do it. Then actually get involved.
Like there's a few players.
I'm done. It pisses me off.
There's a few players. There's a few players that should have been in the dunk contest that wasn't, and. Like Ben Simmons would be an awesome dunk contest player.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be electric.
Freaks. Yeah,
he's athletic.
Ben Simmons would be great. Zion Williamson. I'm trying to think.
Dennis Smith Jr.
He was already in it though. He was already.
But I'm just saying, guys like him, he's a freak. Russell Westbrook. Like I said, I'm gonna say him 10 times over because he dunks harder than anyone.
Yeah.
Like I wish Derrick Rose would have been in it pre-injury.
Agreed.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah. So my thing is
it can't go though. It can't go. It just needs to get better. It just needs to get better.
Okay, but my reason for the dunk contest.
Sucks. No one cares about that.
I will agree with that. If we're gonna replace one of the 3, then yeah, I guess I'll give you the skills contest. My thing is with the dunk contest, the thing that truly killed it are after like everyone saw how good the dunk contest is with all of these big name players and everything, they were like, oh, well, we can just find a bunch of people from the streets that can do this too. Because there's a bunch of athletes that can't shoot or dribble or anything, but guess what? They can dunk a basketball.
Yeah.
And then the internet made that way easier to just go look up stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So arguably the best dunker on the face of planet Earth his name is Jordan Kilgannon. He does things that NBA athletes can't do. Yes. He does things that NBA athletes can't do. He would win a dunk contest every year because he is that much better. But that's all he practices.
He's creative. He's also creative.
That's my thing. Yeah. Is that I can look up these things that literally are so much better in every way, shape, and form on the internet for completely free that I can watch every day if I wanted to, that blow the NBA players out of the water, especially when this dude I know as much about as the 3 of the dunk contest contestants that are rookies. Again, great way to build your platform, but at the same time, I want to see people I recognize dunk the basketball.
Yeah, agreed. No, it is that's the biggest thing for me is like you had out of the 3 people, which I know everything was different this year. Like the
super weird. Contest, I get it.
The 3-point contest, they only did 2 rounds. The dunk contest was only 3 players because just with COVID, everything's different. But there was 3 guys and 2 of them were rookies. 2 of them were rookies. I don't know. It's tough. I just wish, and it doesn't even have to be the perennial all-stars, the one that are in the game, those ones. But the ones that are on the bubble there that, are all-star, like that.
Shannon Brown back in the day, in the mid-2000s, you put Shannon Brown in a dunk contest, oh my God.
You know what would also been another really good one that you guys probably don't realize is like a real high flyer is Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown would be a really good one.
I don't even, but that's my goddamn point.
Yeah.
How many people know Jaylen Brown is an absolute freak like that?
Boston fans.
Put him on that stage, let him show it off.
Jaylen Brown was drafted because of that.
Yeah.
Like, he was drafted because he wasn't a very skilled offensive player. He was the 3rd overall pick because of how athletic he was.
But that's my thing, is let him show that off on this type of stage. Because nobody does think of him that way.
Yep.
That's my thing. Okay. What we're going to talk about, though, replacing a thing or adding to it, whatever the hell you want. Add it again and get a new sponsor for this thing. Do a 1v1 contest where it's starting lineup or whoever, pick 5 people from each team, 1v1 contest.
Randoms. Like random.
See,
random
I wasn't going to say random. I'm saying by position.
Okay, by position, whatever
Because
you want to do.
I have it written out right here. Who would have played who, barring health issues? All right, Steph versus Kyrie, Luka versus Bradley Beal, Giannis versus Kawhi, that would be the best one. Period.
Yeah.
Of the starting lineups, yeah.
LeBron versus KD, which I mean that's just fun.
Yeah.
That's
what we've been wanting to see our entire lives. Yes.
And then it'd be Jokic against Embiid.
Yeah.
I think that is just a great idea.
Yeah.
I personally think like that's awesome. Like make it to 7 or 11 or something. Make it 1 and 2s instead of 2 and 3. I'm lagging again, Evan. This is your fault.
It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
Definitely your fault.
It's your connection.
I made you host.
100%.
It's still your connection.
I'm 100% for that. It would be awesome. I would care about that more than anything that weekend. But the only thing I could say problem-wise is, will the teams allow their players to play a one-on-one game?
If they allow them to play in an all-star game, that's more of a risk than playing one-on-one. 100%.
I mean, they play one-on-one in practice. Like,
yeah.
What I'm saying is that
we're talking about
game. What I'm saying is that one-on-one game, say like the Steph and Kyrie, their egos and their competitiveness is going to show out.
See, I think
it might be more damaging than the whole dump set.
I think it's the opposite. I think Steph and Kyrie literally just look at each other and go, "All right, here's the starting line," and then if they make it, there's 2 points. Take a step back, there's 2 points. Like I think they do a 3-point
Kyrie's gonna want to break Steph's ankles.
Listen, why not? Okay, but this is my argument though. You are less likely to get hurt in a one-on-one game than a 5-on-5.
Yeah, where 100%. You're getting shouldered by Julius 100%. Randle on a screen.
Right. Yeah. 100%, you have more likely chance to get hurt playing 5-on-5 than 1-on-1.
Yeah.
That's my first point. My second point is when the fourth quarter comes, when it was the 20, like this year because it was a blowout, doesn't count. But last year when they did the 24 points, LeBron James and Joel Embiid were fist fighting in the paint.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like fist fighting in the paint. That's what we want to see. We want to see that. I want to see Kevin Durant go 1v1 with LeBron and put him in an ice bath at the end of the night. I want to see that.
Other way around,
Haiti and LeBron and ice bath, whatever. I'm just saying, I want to pay to see that. I don't think that anyone would get hurt because it would get to the point where they're going to be like, all right, bro, like we're playing one-on-one for like, it's really for charity. Like we really don't need to do this. Like it won't get as aggressive as we think. But, I mean.
The whole problem with the way Ty has got to set up those, how do you crown a champion?
See, you do it point based. Yeah. You do it point based. There's a total of 5 points right there. So first to three wins.
He's saying
like first wins. I was thinking more along the lines of you took 8 players and it was bracket style.
You do bracket style as well. I mean, hell, you can even take 9 players from the teams because there is the
I don't
bench.
care. They could be this competition
does not have to be the all-star players.
It could be freaking 8 rookies, and I'm more enjoyable watching them rookies play against each other.
No, that goes against entirely what I'm saying. I want to know who it is. I want the starters. I want the names.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Do whatever you want. Like do whoever you want. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that if I could see a matchup of Joel Embiid having to guard Steph Curry in a one-on-one game, and then Steph Curry having to guard Joel Embiid in one-on-one, that would be pay-per-view money for me. Yeah. I would pay more money to watch that than anything else.
There'd be so much betting going on between the 1v1.
Awesome.
Oh, it'd be great.
Imagine like Kawhi Leonard play one-on-one against like Bradley Beal. Like one of the best perimeter defenders against one of the best perimeter scorers, and just going at it for 7. And play to 7 so it's quick. That'd be awesome. 1 to 2s to 7. That'd be awesome. Yeah. And honestly, like let's be honest, like they
Steph's gotta
probably
hit 3
wouldn't.
shots.
They probably wouldn't take that serious until they got to like the semis.
Well, and then
it would get serious.
That's what I'm saying is like I don't think it's going to be super serious to the point where if you throw Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan out there, like those two would murder each other. They'd actually murder each other.
I think KD and LeBron would.
I think that it would get a little heated, but you guys got to remember they're still like friends off the court. Like they do shows with each other all the time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
dude,
they're gonna go hard.
Just imagine T-Mac.
Well, see, that's why I want
Vince Carter.
Yeah, again, this would be awesome. But again, that's why I like the Giannis and Kawhi matchup. Like the Giannis Kawhi matchup would just be a blast.
I think the reason why, imagine if it was Giannis and Harden.
Or even if you wanted to do LeBron and Kawhi and then Giannis and KD.
They went at it a little bit when they were out there.
Who did you have Giannis playing against?
Kawhi.
Why?
That would be wild.
That'd be interesting. Who is Luka? Luka's what?
Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
I think me personally, out of the 5 that you said, not counting KD and LeBron because that couldn't happen, I would pay the most to see Steph and Kyrie.
Oh yeah.
No, it'd be a blast.
Yeah, Steph and Kyrie would be like lightning, just a straight electric shock to my.
No, it would be awesome. Like this entire idea of a 1v1, and like just reiterate to the guys, like, boys, I understand competitive, I get winning. It's for the kids. Don't kill each other. Like I don't know. I think
even a 2-on-2. It doesn't have to be 1-on-1. A 2-on-2 game. Be like have like Steph and Kyrie.
Throw Giannis and Joker out there against Embiid and Beal.
Or do like a point guard and center. Say like Joker and Kyrie. No, Joker and Steph, and then Embiid and Kyrie.
That'd be awesome.
The 3, say like the 2 and the 4, and then the 3 be the 1-on-1 or something along those lines.
Like I would even say this. I would even say this. Like say like 5 or 6. 16, no one makes sense. Say there's 8 teams of 2, right? Imagine if like Zion's like, hey, I'm gonna go get RJ Barrett. He's gonna be my 2-on-2 partner, and like say.
I think you would need to. They would need to be all stars. You couldn't just go pick up a random.
I'm just saying because like that's how they do the 3-point contest. That's how they do the dunk contest.
Yeah, just say like,
they're not all stars. Just say like, hey, I am, like Malcolm Brogdon is gonna play with the bonus like the Sabonis. Right?
No, look at
right.
like DeMarcus.
I think that'd be so cool.
DeMarcus Cousins playing with John Wall.
Yeah.
Versus
AD and Russ team up again or something.
Russ and Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Throwback to college days. Throwback to college days. Russ and Kevin Love versus John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. That'd be electric. It'd be electric.
I love that.
3-on-3 tournament. I don't care. Throw it around.
I just think some form of competition other than the dunk contest or the skills challenge, I think we need that because let's be real. To me, they just don't draw me in. Like I usually still watch the All-Star game because, like I said, it's cool watching like the best players in the world play together and just dick around more or less. The dunk contest without big names doesn't do it for me, and I couldn't tell you the last time I watched the skills challenge just because I think that's usually on at a pretty weird time.
The last time I watched the skills challenge, like legitimately watched it, was when they first did the guards versus the big men. That was cool to me. That they changed it to where it was kind of cool. But this year there was.
Do that.
I'm trying to think. The last time I watched it, Dwayne Wade won.
This year there was 2 guards and the rest were big men. It was Luka and Chris Paul were the only 2 guards and the rest were big men.
Yeah, see,
and they had first round buys in the bracket. Sabonis won. Yeah. Sabonis won.
Yeah, Sabonis.
But I just think about it though. Think back when we were in high school. How many 3-on-3 tournaments did we travel to?
A lot
of them. They were the most fun things to play in. I had more fun playing in those 3-on-3 tournaments than us playing in high school. Like 100%. Playing in the actual 5-on-5. Those 3-on-3 tournaments were so much fun. And we're just a bunch of kids playing against grown men and people our age and stuff, traveling to New York to everywhere. Like we were going around everywhere playing in them.
Well, I was gonna say the one time that we were like the only I think it was the only 16 to 18-year-old group, and they were like, all right, well there's no one else here, so you're going up to the college group, and we were like, oh.
yeah. 100%. Cade was like a sophomore, and you and Brian.
I was 6 foot. Yeah, it was. I was the center.
Yeah, exactly. So
we played small ball.
That stuff was so much fun that I feel like if they did like a 3-on-3 or a 2-on-2 little bracket tournament for the All-Star game, it would just be it would be there'd be more viewership for that than the actual All-Star game.
Okay, so who wins this game in a 3-on-3? Steph, Dame, and Luka, or if they're healthy, Kawhi, KD, and Embiid.
Ooh, Kawhi, KD, and Embiid.
See, I like the 3-ball.
That'd be really hard.
I like the 3-ball.
If they miss a shot,
Luka would have to guard KD.
No, Luka would have to guard Embiid.
Yeah, Luka's the tallest one. Luka's on Embiid.
Dame would have to guard KD, and then Steph would have to guard Kawhi.
Again, we have to assume they're playing like a quarter of their defensive potential.
Yeah.
I mean,
because that's what the All-Star game is.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably taking the small group then, Steph, Dame, and Luka.
Yeah.
If they're not playing full D.
If you gave that like Steph, Luka, and then say like even someone not even like Jason Tatum, I would take that team before the other team because you still have some height, like, you know, can match up a little bit. But
Steph's going to be the shortest person out there at 6'3".
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff though. That'd be so much fun. To be like watch and be a part of. Like, I don't know.
I'm here for it. Honest to God, I'm here for it. Just do something like that.
You know what I think would be fun too? Just another like addition, like because I know they talked about it, is literally picking the teams at the All-Star game. Like, don't pick the teams prior.
Line them up like a schoolyard.
Line them up like a schoolyard, and you pick them and you play.
Yeah,
I think that'd be so fun too.
It's hard because of the jerseys that they do and everything like that.
Yeah, but listen, bro. Like, let's not act like the NBA doesn't have a.
Let's not act like they're not $1 billion.
Yeah, let's not act like they have a whole.
Hey, they can make reversible ones easy. Make reversible ones. Yeah,
you get it.
Hey. Well, not only that, but like, say
throw some pennies on. You know, throw some practice pennies on.
Swap teams at halftime. That make them reversible. Swap teams. Yeah. Redraft at halftime.
I'm saying, like, even if, like, just to make it more entertaining, even because I think the picking teams is really entertaining, but to make it even more entertaining is just have it pre-selected, but you do it on national television out on the court. You know what I mean? Say it's pre-selected, the jersey you already made, but no matter what, you select them.
It's not information privy, yeah. And then you just got to keep people on Twitter to just not spoil it.
Yeah, I don't care about TNT Thursday night draft. That like
it was pretty funny though. The whole Giannis didn't know, like when he was like, "Really? Awesome! Do I gotta wear a suit now? Like, I gotta wear a hat or something?" And they're like, "No." And he's like, "Who do I get? Who's the team?" He's like, you were the first pick on LeBron, and then Steph, Joker, and Luka." And he was like, "What?" He's like, "Me, LeBron, Luka, Joker, and Steph. Oh, it's over. It's done. It's over with." So,
and I agreed.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Now, like I said, that team the game would have been a lot different if, like I said, if Embiid and
if Embiid and KD are healthy, that changes everything. But
still, that was so funny. Like the reporter telling him, he's like, "Do I got to wear a suit or something now, or do I get like something special? You know, like do I get a number 1 hat? You know." I thought that was funny. But I think one of the things too, I know we didn't really talk about it in the schedule and stuff like that, but this whole, I just want to nip it in the bud. This whole just imagine LeBron as a GM. He's 4-0. I'm like, okay, buddy. He's picking a team against the best 10 players in the world. It's pretty easy to pick a pretty solid team doing that. I mean,
I'm pretty safe to say all 4 of us could roughly do that.
I think it's so funny that all these Twitter and Instagram's going off just imagine LeBron when he's a GM. It's like, okay, you're looking. It's literally like backyard basketball. Like
you're really discrediting the ability to pick between the top 20 players in the world and then the top 1,000 players in college basketball.
What a great value pick getting Steph Curry with the 2nd overall pick for your team.
Oh, congratulations on getting Rudy Gobert as the last pick in the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. But you know what? That's a steal.
Yeah, I just think it's so funny how how like just Twitter just goes off about stuff like that. It's like, okay, calm down. Let's take a deep breath. You know, it's impressive. Yeah, it's impressive that he's been the fan voted captain for the last 4 years, and then gets to pick. And I think all 4 he got the first pick too. On top of it, I think all 4
he did.
I'm pretty sure
he's been the top voting every year.
Yeah. So but I think I thought that was pretty humorous. Is all that stuff going around, but yeah, no.
I mean that never fails though.
They got this year was definitely an outlier with All-Star Weekend, as well as everything that has happened in this past year of sports in the sporting world. But they definitely need to do something. They need to do something to make it a little bit more entertaining and stuff. And you know, basketball is very similar to a lot of the All-Star games where it doesn't have a meaning. Now it does with the charity, which is better. But like you look at baseball, there's actual, you know, in the MLB All-Star game, there's an actual prize at the end of it. Who gets, you know, home field advantage? Which side gets home field advantage? And also,
like the home run derby is way more entertaining.
Oh
like,
yeah,
way more entertaining.
But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we can say as much as we want, but they have to do a little bit of something just to make it a little more entertaining. That dunk contest was booby cheeks this year. So
well, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I enjoy being entertained, and the NBA is that one product specifically in sports where any one event can move a needle because it is so superstar driven.
It's an entertainment. The NBA is an entertainment enterprise where like the MLB, the NHL, the NFL, they're golf is very much like the PGA Tour is very much like the NBA where it's an entertainment.
No, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's they're entertainers on the basketball court for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to betting, boys, because well, we were on a heater, and then we went 4-4 this past week.
That's still not bad.
I mean, hey, it's 500, depending on our bets. And by the way, our bets are always pretty stupid, which means we definitely made money going 4-4.
Yeah.
I would say my bets at Kevin Kizer were plus 550. And I can't remember my other bet that I lost. I lost my boat.
Jazz minus 2.5. You went 0-2.
Yeah, okay, Jazz minus 2.5. Like, I guess that's more of an easier bet to win. But, I mean, I took a bet of plus 550. So.
No, and that's totally understandable. So I went 2-0. Bulls plus 5.5, and then the super boost for any American to win. Shout out Bryson. Cal,
you had a really good shot going into the final round. It was like 6 of the top 10 were Americans.
I was happy about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Nice cop out.
It was plus 175, slut. Yeah, Cal, you went 1-1. UConn moneyline banged home. Cameron Champ, unfortunately, did not make top 40. Missed the cut.
No. Missed the cut. He shot 77 in the first round. So I want to make a national apology. I apologize for that last week. I said I was going to.
I rode with you on that too because I liked it. So
he shot 77 in the first. Yeah, it was rough.
As we mentioned already, Cade went 0-2. Kevin Kisner top 10. He finished I think like 26th or something. And Jazz minus 2.5. Evan went 1-1. Islam Makhachev. He won by submission. Evan won about $400.
Weird.
And then Izzy KO TKO. I was right from the last episode. I thought Jan would win. I didn't think it would be by points, but yeah, no, Izzy did not win.
He got it right.
Izzy did not win. I won a ton of money because he won by points, by the way.
Was it a plus 850 or something
plus
like that?
Plus 850, yeah.
Oh.
Solid $10 on that just because shits and giggles, and well, here 85. We go.
Yep.
All right, this week.
8.5 cases.
Records right now. Ty is sitting at 14-8. Over the last 4 weeks, guys, I'm 7-1.
Yeah,
good.
Pretty good. Cal, Cade, and Evan, you're 10-12. We got to get that turned around, Bellies.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna stop betting ridiculous bets like the plus 550, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, hey, you could honestly go like you could be like 5 more losses than wins, but plus money. So
right. I might not be here to make you win a lot. I might not have a good record, but I mean,
look, you hit 1 plus 550 bet. That covers you for 5 losses.
And take a look at the units one per person.
I mean, you'll 100% be last. So
go ahead.
Yeah, and why would you say that?
You'll 100% be last.
No. I'm
units
not saying
one
that.
per person. No, I will not be last.
You'll be last.
I'm saying.
Make a bet right now with me, Ty.
What?
That I'd be last.
You're last.
Any amount that I'd be last.
Are you going to go through it and look it up? Because good luck, because that's going to be a lot of work.
Ty has all the bets right there.
I have all the bets written down, but you got to go look them up.
Yeah, you got to look at the units.
Yeah, look at the odds. He doesn't have all the odds written down.
Yeah, I just have money line. No, I don't.
No,
I have -2 or money line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good luck. You'll have fun looking up that.
I'd still make that bet. I don't want to go look it up, but I'd make the bet.
All right. So, who wants to kick it off?
First, I like it. I went 0-2. I'll try it.
All right.
So, my first bet is going to be Louisville men's basketball tomorrow. 6:30 tip-off time. So,
God damn it.
Louisville +2 against Duke.
Now I got to switch. Son of a bitch, Cade.
Love that.
Okay. And then let me go look up the odds for the golf bet I'm going to make. The Players' Championship this week, so we got to make a bet.
Oh, no, I put a golf bet.
I have the golf. I have the golf bet this week.
I have the golf bet.
No, you don't.
To make the cut.
Oh, Jesus.
Phil Mickelson +180.
That's been playing very good.
Phil Mickelson +180.
All right. Well, Cal, while you look it up, Evan, do you want to go?
Yeah, I have them.
All right.
I've got Hovland round 1 3-ball +210 to win in his 3-ball.
Against who?
3-ball.
I have to check.
Hovland is playing with two other pretty.
He's playing with two really good players. I think.
He's playing with two.
I think he's playing with JT and Cantlay. He's the
it's
favorite.
it's I think it's JT and Reed. I think.
Is it for the first round up?
I think it's JT and Cantlay. Yes,
might be.
I'm good right now. Round matchups. Hovland, Cantlay, and Thomas.
Okay.
Hovland is the highest odds, which is weird.
So you're talking about just winning Thursday.
Dude, Cantlay has been playing very, very good golf.
Yeah,
man.
True.
Hovland's +210, JT's +150, and Cantlay's +175.
Yeah.
JT's +150.
Yeah, to win in that 3. And then I've got another one. I've got Dylan Fratelli +250. Round 1, and he's playing with Cameron Smith at +115 and Keegan Bradley at +195.
You want to spell that last name?
That
Fritelli. Fritelli.
LLI. Got it. Also to win Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mine are pretty straightforward. I got Avs -1.5 right now against the Coyotes tomorrow. That's +230. And where is it? I got Tony Finau top 10 because why the hell not? It's worked in the past +310. What did I just say? Top 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Top 10 +310.
Yep. Tony Finau, top 10.
Give me 1 second. I had to change.
Oh, take your time. I was going to take Finau top 20, but that was only +140. So I said, top 10.
Okay. I'm going to go tomorrow, Syracuse to beat NC State -2.5.
Cuse -2.5?
-2. Sorry, -2.
-2.
Yeah, -2. Cuse -2 against NC State. And then my golf pick of the week, I think is a really, really good one. Okay. Dustin Johnson, #1 player in the world right now. He is +100 head-to-head best finish against John Rahm. I'm taking DJ to have a better
DJ
finish
to beat
than John
Rahm.
Yep.
Side bet. I almost took, and I don't think the odds are good enough because John Rahm is #2 in the world, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. John Rahm to miss the cut was only +350, and the only time he's played well in his past career players performances was like 2019. 2018 he finished 63rd, and 2017 he missed the cut.
Yep.
That's not good.
No. And I know we didn't talk about it much at all really, but for those that are listening to this point, this week is a very, 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 very big tournament in PGA Tour. The Players is the quote-unquote 5th major.
You probably should have touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's just one of those things.
Yeah, there was a handful of things we had to talk about anyways, and we got big news and everything, so that kind of this probably would have been in there if it wasn't for the big news and the news segment and
Correct.
everything. But the players big tournament. Every large name in the game is playing. The pairings are fantastic.
The pairings are phenomenal.
Yeah,
the featured groups specifically are phenomenal.
It's the best.
Honestly, it's the best field in golf. It's the best field in golf. That's why everyone considers it the fifth major. If you win the players, a lot of the time, more oftentimes than not, if you win the players and then another major championship, you are a Hall of Famer majority of the time because it's so coveted. Just look in the last couple winners, it's been huge. So it's a big one. So if you guys are not doing anything this weekend and you are a golf fan, tune in because it's gonna be.
100%.
Oh yeah, 100%. Thursday will be. I'll have one window up of the conference tournaments and then the Players Championship as well. So we're getting into the grit of golf season here. We got the players in a month's time. We got good old Magnolia Lane. So just wanted to touch on that before we finished it.
And the PGA Championship after that too.
Yeah, PGA Championship
in May.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
That'd be it, boys.
Hey Cal, this is a fun bet for you. Ricky's playing this week, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Has to.
There's a tournament prop on FanDuel right now for the top former winner. Ricky's plus 2,000
to win.
No, just to be the top out of Rory, Webb, Jason Day, Sergio Garcia, Adam Scott, Ricky Fowler.
I don't see him beating Webb or Rory this week.
Rory is plus 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, but plus 200.
What's Webb? Plus 200?
Plus 220.
Put $10 on that. You win $200. It's not like he has to win the tournament. He's just got to finish better. All three of those guys can miss the cut, and then there he is.
And then there he is.
I actually was, when I initially was looking for bets, I was looking to see what the odds were for him to miss the cut, and FanDuel didn't have that option.
Well,
Phil
Mickelson to be the best former winner plus 4,200. Could happen. Probably not, but it could happen.
That will not happen.
That's something that would dice me though. 4,200.
Henrik Stenson is also plus 4,200.
Did he still use a free one off the tee?
Stenson won the players?
Yeah, Stenson at one point won the players.
Or he had to been early on.
Yeah.
He had to been early on in his career.
Yeah, previous winners: Rory, Webb, Jason Day, Sergio, Adam Scott, Ricky Fowler, Siwoo Kim, Matt Kuchar, Phil, and Stenson.
Siwoo Kim won the players.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Just 2 years ago.
Like 2 years ago. What is Siwoo Kim's odds?
Plus 2,000.
I might actually bet that. I actually might bet Siwoo Kim. He won earlier this year.
Yeah.
Throw a $5 on it and you win $100.
Mm-hmm.
Fuke it.
Pinky tap.
Yeah, no. Everyone, that was this week's episode.
Bye.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, as usual.
Yeah, we're gonna have some late into the week bets too.
We are. That is something that's going to be coming now. Is leading into the weekend now. We're going to start putting out bets that are also getting put on Mile High Sports Radio.
That's gonna be fun because we have to agree on a lock, which is gonna be
just a couple, like 2 or 3.
It'll be fun.
Listen, if we were to come up with a lock, do we think Louisville plus 2 over Duke is a lock?
It's too early. It's
too early.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like as a collective, do we like that?
I was gonna pick it. I had it written down.
I don't know.
I didn't look into it at all.
I don't know.
Well, they beat up twice already this year, so
hard to beat a team 3 times.
No one has wanted to beat a team 3 times, but I'm still taking it.
All right, yeah. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify. We're on all those platforms. We're also going to be mentioned on the radio now. Make sure to follow Mile High Sports, Afternoon Drive, Eric Goodman.
We're big time now.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah. Make sure to follow us. Later, everybody.